It's finally official. Ilia Topuria is moving up to lightweight to face former champ Charles Oliveira. They'll headline UFC 317 during International Fight Week. And now that Islam Makhachev has vacated his belt to fight Jack Della Maddalena, this fight is for the vacant title. But here's why this clash might end in disaster. Before we get deeper into it, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy combat sports content. Now, the lightweight division is about to get a new king, either Ilia Topuria or Charles Oliveira. And this one is going to be explosive. These two never play it safe. Some think Oliveira doesn't deserve another shot after recently only beating Michael Chandler. He lost to Arman Tsarukyan at UFC 300, but did beat Beneil Dariush before that. The UFC didn't seem to reward Arman after he pulled out of the Islam fight, and it looks like they punished him just like they warned. So if Arman's out, this fight is the next best thing, and it's still a killer matchup. Both fighters always look for the finish. Oliveira has the most finishes in UFC history. Topuria recently stopped two legends, Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway, and became the first man to knock Max out and break his iron chin. Ilia is riding a wave of confidence heading into lightweight. He says this is his destiny, and based on what we've seen, it's hard to doubt him. It's almost certain someone's getting finished in this fight. Neither of them looks to go the full 5 rounds. With how they fight, it's hard to imagine this going to a decision. Both guys have wild highlight reels. They finish fights. Charles is known for ending nearly every fight he's in, and Ilia is running through featherweight legends. This fight is guaranteed fireworks, even though we're not getting Islam versus Ilia right now. This is an incredible backup. Islam and Ilia are on different paths now, but this matchup is still huge. It's a great fight no matter how you look at it. Charles is aiming to become a 2-time lightweight champ. He's still dangerous, even though he lost to Tsarukyan. In a close one, he almost had him finished a few times. But this fight against Ilia looks like a very tough matchup for him. Charles gets hit a lot. His defense isn't great. He's excellent offensively, powerful for lightweight and full of slick techniques. But even when he was champion, he got dropped often by guys like Gaethje, Chandler, and Islam. In nearly every fight, he gets rocked. The amazing thing about Charles is his ability to recover and still win. But Ilia is a killer. He applies constant pressure, mixes up his shots, and breaks opponents down. That's a nightmare matchup for someone as hittable as Charles. And let's not pretend Ilia doesn't have power at lightweight. He fought Jai Herbert at short notice, got dropped, but came back and knocked him out cold. That proved he can carry his knockout power into this weight class. With Ilia's momentum, it's hard not to see him landing clean and ending the fight. It's tough to say, especially since both guys are loved by fans. That doesn't mean Charles doesn't have a shot. He's still extremely dangerous. He's been at lightweight for years and was once at featherweight too. But even making 155 has been hard for him. He lost his title on the scale. That's why his fight with Islam was for a vacant belt. So even though it looked like Charles went into that fight as champ, technically he wasn't. He missed weight. But in his last fight, he showed how well-rounded he still is, especially his offensive wrestling. Sure, Michael Chandler might not be the toughest opponent anymore. Paddy Pimblett handled him easily. But Charles still looks sharp. He's still one of the top lightweights of all time. The way they fight and how their styles clash just screams action. This fight will be violent. Charles has to find a submission to win. He's the UFC's all-time leader in subs. Charles is dangerous on his feet too. He's got solid kicks and technical striking. But against Ilia, his stand-up may not hold up. He gets hit a lot, even in his most recent fight with Chandler. That's not something you want happening against Ilia. If you're getting dropped by Gaethje or Chandler and Ilia catches you, you're in big trouble. He's not going to let you off the hook. His fast, sharp combos and his ability to trap opponents could lead to a bad night for Charles. He might get knocked out. Charles Oliveira went the full distance with Michael Chandler, showing once again how tough and skilled he is under pressure. But going into this fight, it feels like someone's going to sleep. And if we're being honest, the likeliest outcome might be Charles getting knocked out. Ilia Topuria has only been seriously rocked once in his entire UFC career, and that was from a powerful head kick by Jai Herbert. Ironically, head kicks are one of Charles's best weapons. He famously used one to stop Beneil Dariush in brutal fashion. Still, when you break down the striking game as a whole, It's tough to picture Charles landing clean enough on Ilia to finish him. Even though Oliveira has a slight size advantage, more experience in the lightweight division, and an impressive resume full of elite wins, the smarter pick in this matchup looks like Ilia. He's younger, sharper, undefeated, and he hasn't taken nearly the kind of damage Charles has over the years. The timing might be just right for the young lion to take over. That said, you can never fully count Charles out. He's been written off more times than most fighters. There was a time when fans and analysts called him a quitter, doubted his heart, and questioned if he had what it took to be great. Then he silenced all of them by going on one of the most thrilling win streaks in UFC history and capturing the lightweight title. He's overcome adversity in life and in the cage, and he's made a habit of proving people wrong. But this might be his final shot at gold. Charles is 35 now, and he's been through absolute wars. He's taken a lot of punishment, more than most top contenders, and Father Time eventually catches up with everyone. If he doesn't win here, the UFC might not give him another title shot, especially in such a stacked division. This could be the last big run of his career. On the other side, this is a massive opportunity for Ilia Topuria. A win here means everything. He would not only beat another former champion, but if he gets the finish, he cements himself as one of the most dangerous men in the sport. That would make him a champion in 2 weight classes. He already conquered featherweight and now has a chance to grab lightweight gold. That's the kind of achievement that builds a legacy fast. And if Ilia gets through Charles, the possibilities open up. A long-awaited fight with Islam Makhachev could be next. Or perhaps Arman Tsarukyan gets his shot first, depending on what happens in the division. Either way, the lightweight landscape is constantly shifting, and Ilia would be right at the center of it. One name that keeps coming up as a potential blockbuster fight down the road is Paddy Pimblett. If Paddy can climb the rankings, rack up a few big wins, and make his way into the top tier, a showdown with Ilia could be massive. There's real tension there. Ilia has made it clear he wants that fight. If Paddy gets to the top 3, it could be one of the biggest events the UFC puts together. So for Ilia, a win here is more than just another victory. It could launch him into superstardom. But for Charles, this fight could be the difference between another shot at redemption and the end of the road. It's a clash of eras, a veteran with everything to prove one last time versus a rising star with everything to gain. That's why this matchup is so important and so exciting. There's legacy on the line. There's emotion, history, and huge stakes. One man is likely getting finished. It almost feels inevitable. The only question is, who? Let us know who you think walks away with the win at UFC 317, Ilia Topuria or Charles Oliveira.